good day and welcome to Dominion Sport on Dominion Television, where the biggest stories in sport come alive. Tonight, European knockout fixtures take center stage with the heavyweight clashes across the continent. While the Emirates FA Cup fifth round draw set up mouth-watering encounters in England, and Nigeria ends the African Badminton Championship with 2 bronze medals. And in boxing, Ajagba eyes tougher fight after knocking Martin out in emphatic fashion. Meanwhile, in Spain, FC Barcelona suffer a major La Liga title defense blow following Girona's derby defeat. Stay with us. It is sport. It is unfiltered. I am Abe Paul Toluwanimi, and I'm not alone in the studio this wonderful morning. I have Nuruddin Alimi. He has said I've given him the night of honor already, and I think it's just fair enough to do that for him. You top of the morning to you, my brother, and how are you feeling?
I'm fine. Good morning. Thank you, Toluwanimi. Thank you for introducing me properly and giving me that night. I'll pay for the royalties.
I know, definitely. I'll be expecting.
It's nice to be back here again. Yeah. We had actions in the world of sport yesterday, and this morning we are here to talk about it. The Champions League playoffs is back. Yeah. We have controversies surrounding Nigeria's future into the World Cup. Are they qualifying? What's the verdict from FIFA? We are here to be having stories from different covers, and we are here to talk about that and lots more. And it's just good to be back here again.
Beautiful. Let's just start off from that FIFA, side of story before we talk about badminton this wonderful morning. We saw the report yesterday. There were several reports. Oh, it's clear, it's not clear, it's going to be DR Congo, but still, Ibrahim Gosel came out to say there are no report yet. We still wait for the verdict from FIFA.
Yes, that's the official route we have to look forward to for information concerning Nigeria's qualification going to the World Cup. Yes, different journalists, different people are coming out and saying Nigeria have qualified, DR Congo have qualified. People are rage baiting and trying to get engagements with
on all social media platforms.
It's sad, but I'm happy the NFF president came outside. Right to say promptly, FIFA are yet to deliver their verdict, and we all await the official communication from FIFA. So when that comes out, I know they will communicate to NFF directly and necessary bodies, and we'll get the right information when the time comes.
Before the show, we're talking to Chike, one of Nigeria's best, journalists across the world when it comes to sport, politics, and the likes like that. And we're talking just a few minutes before the show, and we asked the question, if we are to qualify, what is the next step? And we saw the conversation going on. For you, is it a step in order, for the Super Eagles, and what are we to do there? Because everybody will say we're just going to play the normal group stage. Do you see us, having? And he talked about psychology. Are the players' mindset ready for the FIFA World Cup if we are to get this verdict right?
Yes, for the players' mentality, I think a host of this current crop of Super Eagles players would love it if the verdict goes their way, because I think about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the senior players right now have less than 4 years at the top of their career. So this is a golden opportunity for them, and most of them have not performed have not played at the World Cup. Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman. I think from this current crop, just Iwobi that has gone to the World Cup. So for their careers, I think they are all psyched up, and will jump at the opportunity of representing the Flying Eagles or the Super Eagles at the World Cup. So for the players' point of view, I think they will be praying and hoping, yes, it goes their way. And for NFF, for Gusau to come out and address the press and say we're here to, so that means they also have things going on in the background for them. So if it goes their way, they need to amp up preparations, logistics, player bonuses, sponsorship, tickets, and everything should, because you can't get a lifeline over and over again and come out and say you're not ready or you're not prepared, or when they get to the World Cup, you hear stories of your allowances are being delayed or this and that. We don't want to hear that again. We all know we are hoping for a favorable verdict for Nigeria, so everybody knows what they have to do. It's not rocket science. Prepare the players, prepare your own point of view. The players will be ready, that I'm sure of, because this is a golden opportunity for them. It's the last chance they have at the top stage. They have probably this World Cup and probably 1 or 2 African Cup of Nations to play again. So for their prestige and everything, I think everybody that is in charge of 1 or 2 things need to get themselves ready for whatever result comes out. If it comes out in their favor, good, amp up preparations, get this players. The World Cup is later this year, less than 5 or 6 months away. So
and if it doesn't work out,
On to the next one. It's just football and it's just life, and we just have to move on.
All right. Moving on from that, let's talk about the badminton as Nigeria end the African Badminton Championship with 2 bronze. Nigeria's Seidu Aliu and Olajumoke, combined to win bronze in the mixed double at 2026 All African Senior Championship right there in Botswana, ending the country's campaign with 2 bronze medals on Sunday. Aliu and Obasomi lost 21-12 and 21-7 in the semi-final to Algeria, and who went on to win the final. The Nigerian pair shared the bronze medal with Egypt Adam Atmi and also Doan Ani, who were defeated in the semi-final by South African Kedan Kora and Ami Akban. The Nigerian women's team also shared bronze in the team event as well, having to share the spoils in the championship highlight, dropped the country's recent dominance at the tournament. Last year, Cameroon, Nigeria, Anolu Akpo won the men's single title for the 5th time, his 5th and first claimed in 2019 before adding 4 consecutive crowns from 2022 to 2025. And there you have it. It's the world of badminton, and we got bronze in this one.
Yes, it's good news, but we expected more from them. Like you mentioned in your review of the events that went down in the championship, this is a drop from their dominance, and it shows you that other countries from the continent are catching up with us, and we have this old glory thing that we all move with. Okay, Nigeria have been the giants of Africa in loads of things, but other countries and other athletes are pulling together, and it shows us that there's something we are not doing right. If we are the best before, we need to get better. So if we are regressing, then something is going wrong. So they need to address that, and good one for them. Congratulations to them on the medal, and good one for representing the country well. But for next championships and subsequent times they go out for the country, they need to get better, and we hope for the best from them. All
right, moving away from the world of badminton, let's talk Ajagba as a tougher fight, knocking out Martin. Nigeria's heavyweight contender Ajagba is demanding a fight against top 10 opponents after demolishing former IBF heavyweight champion Charles Martin with a brutal 4th round knockout in Las Vegas on Sunday. The 31-year-old, ranked number 8 by the Ring magazine, has dropped Martin twice in the championship round before referee Thomas Taylor stopped the fight at 1:11 of the 4th round right there in Las Vegas. Ajagba floored Martin with a devastating right hand in the 3rd round after American had briefly troubled him with a left and buckled with new seconds. Martin rose, but recently pursued around the ring as Ajagba sensed the finish. I'm ready to everyone in top 10, but nobody's mentioning my name. Nobody's calling my name. I am in the top 10. I am ready to go. I want to fight the top 10, top 5, Ajagba declared. And let's talk about Ajagba's fight, and he's ready for the top 10 fight. He said, these ones are too easy for me. Give me a tougher opponent.
If you've seen Ajagba fight, you understand where the rage and fury is coming from. He wants to earn the big money. He's been knocking out opponents long before he came to the limelight, and I've seen 1 or 2 of his matches, and you see he's packing a powerful punch. He's a very heavy hitter, and for someone like this, he's getting to close to the end of his career, and he needs that big money move or big money fight that is going to announce him to the world stage. And we know the way fighters or martial artists they come for their opponents, and this is one of the ways of getting the limelight on himself. So good one for him, very good victory, and we look forward to the next fight for him. But for Ajagba, I expect more from him, and I hope
it's just high time for him to be on the big stage.
He has to be on the big stage, and even if he loses to the big fight, yes, for his brand and for his reputation, it's going to do a whole lot of good for him. And he's a very good fighter. Like I said, I've seen him fight 1 or 2 times, and he's a heavy hitter, and he should be amongst the top 10 and top hitters in the world right now.
Beautiful. All right, let's move away from boxing and let's talk the FA Cup 5th round as we had the draw yesterday. We're going to have Fulham face Southampton. There you have it. Port Vale or Bristol City are going to face Sunderland. We have Newcastle against Manchester City. Another fight after the Carabao exit from Newcastle. And also there's a report surrounding this game that happened in the FA Cup. Yes, it's going to be suspended for the Premier League game because the referee for this game actually so much happened in this game.
Over the weekend. European football had loads of blunders from their officiating. Right from Italy to the Spanish La Liga yesterday, to France Ligue 1, in England in the FA Cup, it was a dismal performance from all all the officials for games in Europe. So I'm not surprised this is coming out that it's going to be suspended for the Premier League game, and they need to do better. We are clamoring for this. Yes, they seem like the biggest franchise in football, European football, from the top 5 leagues. These are the league people watch week in, week out. Everybody looks forward to it, and they should do better with their officiating. A lot of questionable calls come out of these games, and it's so sad.
It's actually sad because you need to see that game against Newcastle and Aston Villa. People were not calling for VAR. The VAR that people are complaining about. Now, come on, if you're making mistakes, so let's have the VAR, and the VAR is going to come.
But for most times, I actually feel people don't understand the concept about VAR.
Okay.
The referee on the on-field referee still has the power to overrule. The VAR is just a technology to show you in real time what you missed or what just happened on the field to help aid your decision. So most times, at the end of the day, it's still the man with the whistle on the pitch.
So definitely, if the call is right from the VAR, it's still his decision to say, I either call it right or call it wrong.
Except we transform the technology from overruling whatever, and it shows us, okay, this is an offside decision from the VAR machine itself, and says, okay, this is offside, this is onside. If the human still has the power to overrule what the VAR says, no matter what happens, then I think we are still running around the same circle.
All right, Leeds United against Norwich is going to be midfield against Arsenal, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Liverpool, Wrexham. I was watching the video this morning of the Wrexham, board and CEO, and they were so excited for this game. They're going to have Chelsea. It's going to make so much money in their ranks, actually.
the owners of Wrexham are Hollywood big stars.
Hollywood big stars,
they understand for their franchise. They're a small club. They are trying to transform the club, and they've done so good for themselves over a couple of years. Now they're in the championship, and they're getting big games now to show their capacity to the world. So it's a good one for them, and I understand the excitement that comes to the face of Ryan Reynolds and co. When it comes to the game against Wrexham and Chelsea.
All right, let's move away from that. It's going to be West Ham and Brentford. Brentford won this game 1 goal to nil yesterday. So it's going to be a massive game to look forward to.
A lot of Premier League ties. Newcastle against City is one to look out for. Wolverhampton Wanderers against Liverpool, strugglers that are definitely condemned for relegation this season, and Liverpool that are not all high flying right now in the league. So they are beautiful games to look forward to. And 25th, when the dates come out.
Definitely. When the date of the draw come out and the fixtures, we'll be here to give you that update on the go when it comes to the FA Cup. Let's move away from that. Let's talk where the big boys are separated, from the men.
These are the lesser big boys.
I agree. These are the lesser big boys now.
Yes, because they couldn't
qualify. This is the knockout phase.
Yes, they couldn't qualify automatically. They needed to get one more opponent to book themselves in the proper knockout stages. Because of this new Champions League format that started last season. The first top 8 teams qualify automatically for the next round. Then from 9th position to 24th position in the group phase competition, we'll go into a playoff round of home and away ties to determine who is going to join the next 8. The teams are qualified automatically. We have, from the top 8 teams, we have Arsenal and a host of other Premier League teams, and 1 or 2 teams joining them to complete the top 8. So these are the lesser big boys, in my opinion. I agree. They have to talk it out against themselves.
All right, let's talk the first game. It's going to be Galatasaray against the old ladies of Turin, Juventus. Victor Osimhen is going to be in this tie. And let's talk about the form of Juventus also. How do you see this game pan out for both teams tonight?
This is it's going to be a very beautiful game because Osimhen is eating, like you mentioned, Osimhen is eating the purple patch right now. Since he came back from AFCON, he's not been on top of his form. He's not among the top 5 goal scorers in Turkey right now, and that's a concern for Galatasaray. But they are topping the league. That is the good thing for them. For Juventus, they just changed coach. They lost the game against Inter Milan during the weekend in controversial circumstances, and they just brought in a new coach, interim coach Igor Tudor. It's not the best man for me because he seems to have this abysmal record for teams. So it's going to be a very tough time, a very beautiful one. I expect loads of goals, and Galatasaray should win. I expect them to be the stronger side this evening because when you go to Turkey to play them, the wall in Turkey is always fantastic to see, and they will be behind the players, and that should help them propel the Juventus side that are not all up there in their heads from the controversy from the weekend, then the change of coaches, about 2 or 3 coaches this season now. It has not helped them in their challenge for the Scudetto and for a ticket in Europe. So now the coach, I don't think he's been able to instill his own discipline properly into the team. And like I mentioned in my earlier remarks about him, he's not the man for me. His coach, Parma, I think at the time he was with Tottenham Hotspur. He's with Juventus. He's been with Juventus before he got sacked. Now they brought him back for interim position, and I don't think it's the man to take them forward. But I expect a beautiful football game, and at the end of the day, Galatasaray should win this first leg.
Okay, let's see what Spalletti will do with the side tonight going to Turkey. It's going to be Borussia Dortmund against Atalanta tonight. How do you see this game pan out? Borussia Dortmund are in good form when it comes to the Bundesliga this season, in great form.
They're not that
yeah,
good. They've been inconsistent.
I agree, but
in the Champions League as well.
In the last 5 games, in the Bundesliga, they've been churning out results. And one man has been getting the goals, as Gurasi has getting the goal for them. But tonight, also Atlanta, also in the league,
they seem to be getting
the same result too. So how do you see this game pan out for these two teams in good form this season?
These are one of the aviators in the Champions League this season. Talking about Borussia Dortmund, Gurasi has been instrumental to that. Very beautiful one for them, but they couldn't get enough goals to put them into the automatic qualification spot. So Atlanta today struggled in the Champions League earlier and in the league as well, but they seem to steady the ship a bit. Both sides are coming from victories from the weekend. High morale for their players. It's going to be beautiful. Loads of goals as well, and I expect Dortmund to be too strong in this first leg for Atlanta, because Atlanta's away form is not something to write in the Champions League. It's not something to write home about like that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a beautiful game, and it's Champions League football. Anything can happen.
Benfica, Jose Mourinho has been speaking and say one of the best team, in Europe when it comes to the Champions League is Madrid. He said they are wounded lion, and you don't, there's a way you treat a wounded lion because they can harm you. What do you think about that statement? Remember what he had to get that victory to qualify Benfica to this face against Madrid. And it's going to be another encounter they want to look forward to, Benfica against Madrid tonight.
Yes, it's a repeat of what happened in the last group round of matches in the Champions League, in the group phase. It was a very beautiful game for Benfica. They were able to churn out 3-1 and late goal from the goalkeeper. It was very beautiful to see. But Jose Mourinho making the comment about Real Madrid, yes, it's understandable. They are the record holders of the Champions League, and we know what Real Madrid can do in Champions League. In the first leg, they didn't have some of their players, but now Mbappe is back. He was even rested over the weekend, and they were able to get the victory in emphatic fashion over and push them 2 points ahead of Barcelona. It's going to be a beautiful game as well. But Real Madrid is Benfica are coached by Jose Mourinho. They have Di Maria in their ranks. They have a coach that understands European football. He understands Real Madrid as a whole. He's a man that has been at the fore of football for a while now. He's done it before. They can do it again, but this night is going to be a different Madrid side. A well-rested Mbappe, Vinicius is on fire, 2 goals and an assist during the weekend. Loads of other exciting players to watch out for in the Real Madrid side. Yes, they are still without Bellingham and other players as well, but it's going to be a beautiful game. Benfica, can they do it again? Big question, but Mourinho is a coach that understands European big nights like this, and Abelua is the baby coach. I'm sorry to use that term for him. He's just understanding the concepts of Premier League. I think that was of the Champions League. I think that was one of the things that hampered their performances, because that was his first Champions League game he ever took charge in his life. So I think that novice mentality
might affect this game, because you're talking about a man with experience.
He's done it. He's been at the top. He's won the Champions League, but Real Madrid are perennial champions in this competition, and you don't know what they can turn out on Champions League night. All
right, let's talk about defending champions, where they are at this point in time. Not a good one. What happened also over the weekend in the French Ligue 1? Monaco got the win. Monaco got. Oh, it's going to be a big one.
A French affair.
A French affair, actually. How do you see this one part?
It's going to be a beautiful game as well. PSG are coming from that heavy defeat over the weekend. They are adrift outside lengths on the league right now, about 2 or 3 points. That will play in the back of their mind. But they're strong side. They're the defending champions. Monaco too.
With quality players.
You can't take anything away from PSG. Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia.
Come on.
You go on and on. And Petrol stars they have in their team. But Monaco, they got a very big victory over the weekend or something. I think about 4-1 they won in the Ligue 1. So it's going to be a beautiful game, and both sides are teams that understands themselves. So we should expect a beautiful game of football.
All right, a quick one. You can be part of the show by just dropping your comments right there. How do you think this game is going to pan out? You stand a chance to win something on the show using the hashtag Dominion Sport. Using the hashtag Dominion Sport. Look at the fixtures: Galatasaray against Juventus, Borussia Dortmund against Atalanta, you have Benfica against Madrid, and you have Monaco against Paris Saint-Germain. Those are the games to look forward to. Drop your predictions and you stand a chance to win something on the show. Tomorrow we'll be back here to discuss the result of the game that panned out here today. All right, let's move away from that. Let's talk about the loss to FC Barcelona yesterday. Girona is a derby game. The game ended 2-1 in favor of Girona, and that has taken Madrid on top. At this point in time, that's taking them on top of the table with 2 points. The game ended 2-1 in favor of Girona. Were you expecting this game to pan out like this? Looking at what happened with Hansi Flick when it comes to the Copa del Rey, 4-0. The game ended in favor of Atletico Madrid, and here you are again losing this game to Girona.
It was a different Barcelona side from the one that played on Thursday night. Rafinha was back. I expected Barcelona to win, but it's a derby game. It was going to be actually tough. They went ahead in the first half through Kubasi's beautiful header from those
missing the penalty.
Lamine missed the penalty in the first half as well. So I think I expected, after the penalty miss, they went ahead. I expected them to take charge of the game, but they slipped back a bit. 1 or 2 defensive errors. Girona drew their chances if they didn't get the victory, because they needed that as well. They are in the relegation battle as well, and that win yesterday shot them two positions out of the relegation battle. So it was a big win for Girona. If you see the celebrations from them yesterday, it was massive there in Spain. For Barcelona, they can't sit back now and sit on their defeat. They need to check things around. 2 games back to back now. For a team that at a point they had about 14 games winning streak. Now they've turned it around. They lost to Atletico Madrid, losing to Girona again. The defense needs management, because that was what happened yesterday. Girona had a goal ruled out for infringement on the goalkeeper as well. But Barcelona need to check their defense. They make loads of errors in the back. They have their goalkeeper Johan Garcia to thank. He's been a rock in the sticks for them. He made beautiful saves yesterday and even got the man of the match. That's to show you how frail Barcelona are right now in their defense. Rafinha was back yesterday, but he couldn't help them to victory. Yamal's penalty miss and a host of other chances they missed. Lewandowski got a goal chalked up for offside as well. They don't have much problem. It's just 2 points. They are still the El Clasico to play, and they are even loads of games. They have about 13 or 14 games in the Liga to complete. So it's not yet panic time for Barcelona. They can turn things around for themselves, but their defense needs to answer a lot of questions from Hansi Flick. There are these question marks about his second season everywhere he goes, but I don't think he's going to haunt him this time around. But if he doesn't want that to happen, he needs to address the defensive rate, because you don't have the likes of Kunde, Kubasi. These are guys that have been at the top four. It was off yesterday. Yes, there were question mark about the referee's decisions, some of the decisions in the game, but that is not enough. If you do your own part in the game, you get the 3 points at the end of the day. They are 2 points behind your internal rival right now, but there's a chance for them to make up for their blushes.
Come on, let's look at the table quickly as we wrap up the show. Today you have it, just like you said, it's just 2 points, and Madrid will be licking their lips, just like you usually say right now. And looking at this one, come on, we need to keep the momentum going to win games, and if we're to lose at the El Clasico, we're still at the edge of the 2 points ahead of us.
Yes, 2 points right now. The Clasico you see there, Madrid still have Atletico Madrid. They both have to play Atletico Madrid once more during the course of the season, and there are still other potential banana peels for both teams. The league is not over. It's
not over, I agree.
Madrid can't afford to slip up right now. This is not the first time they've gone ahead on the league this season.
And this is not the first time also Barcelona went ahead of the league also.
So it's been chopping and changing between the first and second position. They seem like the guys, they've always been the guys to beat, to look forward to. So it's a beautiful game. Real Madrid, 2 points right now. Mbappe wasn't even in the match on Saturday, like I mentioned. So that's to show you how stacked up Madrid are right now. But with Abelua, you don't know if his novice is going to come out to play or come out to fire at the end of the day. But they look like the stronger side right now. But Barcelona too, I know they can turn things around, solve their defensive problem, and push themselves to the title at the end of the day.
All right, beautiful. To wrap up the show, I don't know if you have an update for us in the world of tennis and what's happening in Doha.
In Doha, Yannick Sinner won his first match yesterday. We are yet to see Carlos Alcaraz and Dani Medvedev play. So by the end of today, we'll have more results from there, and we see the chopping and changes still going on the rankings. So at the end of this week, we'll have another update on the rankings as well. So that is what's going on right now in the world of tennis.
So beautiful. And that's a wrap on today's edition of Dominion Sport on Dominion Television. As the UEFA Champions League knockout fixtures light up the night with blockbuster clashes across Europe, the action is far from over. Good day, and thank you for joining us. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and we're going to see again tomorrow. Bye for now.